What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Overtime Thoughts Podcast, episode 8. And this episode is a very special one. I got my friend from high school, probably the biggest NASCAR fan ever. It's an honor to have him on here, Mr. Gabe Snow, and just two jackasses, dipshits, whatever you want to call us, talking about NASCAR, basketball, football, all that stuff, and just reconnecting kind of with you guys. And it's going to be a hell of an episode. You already know the drill. Like, share, subscribe with people you know, or don't. It's okay. The links will be in the bottom in the description below this video. And let's get into this episode with Gabe. All right. Enjoy.
And he's the most underrated 7-time champion, and a lot of people say that, and it makes me kind of angry because I think he's the best 7-time champion we've seen just by stats. I mean, he wasn't like Dale Earnhardt where he would move you to win the race. I mean, he wouldn't just move you; he'd spin you out. He wouldn't have at all. But just Jimmy just had this calm grind to himself where him and his crew chief Chad Canals just had this bond between each other where you don't see a bond like this between a driver and a crew chief. It's like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. You don't see a communication and a relationship like that, like this duo that once was. And huge props to Chad Canals, amazing crew chief, the smartest crew chief since probably Dale Inman. Dale Inman was a 8-time championship winning crew chief, and he has the championship as crew chief.
Wow.
So, excuse me. And to see where Jimmy has come today, and he's retired well. He finally got inducted to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, as he should. And just to go back on the 7 championships, Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt, it took them almost 20 years or more to win 7 titles. It only took Jimmy 10 years. 10 years to win 7 titles, which means out of those 10 years, he only lost the title 3 times.
Even from a non-NASCAR fan, that's incredible.
It's incredible. Yeah, it is. It's just insane. It's incredible. And just the fact that people are like, oh, he shouldn't be a 7-time champion. If they would have changed the point system more, he would have lost more titles. Mathematically, yes. If they would have changed up the point system to give the team more of a challenge, then yes, there probably would have been. We probably wouldn't be talking about 7 championships.
But they didn't, though. So.
But at the same time, would we be talking about 7 championships? We could have been talking about 8, 9, maybe.
Exactly.
It's just insane to have and to not leave out the elephant in the room, Mr. Rick Hendrick, the car owner of Hendrick, the owner of Hendrick Motorsports.
Yeah.
He started this amazing team back in 1984, and they were about to close their doors. And in 1984, Jeff Bodine had to, I believe it was Jeff Bodine. I might be wrong. You'll have to look it up. But they were in the number 5 car, and they won Martinsville, and that's what made Hendrick Motorsports stay open and become what it is today. Hendrick Motorsports is the best race team to be a part of, to work for, to go to the gift shops, to go to the museums. They have it all. And it's not to say about Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson, I think, was a great. I wouldn't say everyone says that Chase Elliott replaced Jimmy Johnson. I believe some stuff to look up and learn. And he came back in 2021 because Rick Hendrick saw something in him. Rick Hendrick and Jeff Gordon both. And they said he won 11 races and won the championship that year. And that's just unbelievable to have that type of team still be as dominant as they are today. They've been dominant, honestly, since the get-go out of the gate. They've definitely had their down years, but my gosh, the Patriots had down years. I mean, come on. You're going to have your years where you have to recuperate and resolve the issues that happened in the year you lost the title, and you have to do that fight again, and then hopefully you get it right the next time.
Exactly, exactly. And I mean, anything that anybody that's great at something like come up NASCAR, like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, like people are gonna come up with reasons like, oh well, if this happened, they wouldn't have this many championships. What if? What if? What if? What if? My ass. I mean, because you can't. I mean, you can say what if all you want, but and you can't go back in time and change the shit now. So could I think Jimmy Johnson still would have won 7. He could have won 8. Hell, he could have won all 10. You never know. But I think how talented and skilled he was, I don't even from somebody like me, I can't even deny the fact that he was like the Michael Jordan of NASCAR. So I mean,
Yes, 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 yes. I agree with that. I very much agree with that.
just saying, and I'm a dipshit, so I. All right, so big. So I'm still got the other questions, but I asked this last night, but I want to maybe a more detailed. Jesus Christ! Don't break anything in this office. Jesus. All right, Zoe needs to hurry and get home. This is a freaking crazy ass kid in my office. So when you were at what race was it? Like I said in the profile picture, where you had your hand on your heart and everything, and I asked you how it felt. What race was that again, and how did it feel?
That was it was either Richmond or Bristol of last year. It was a night race. It was a great race, and to have not a whole lot of people get to have the opportunity that I got to have that night. It wasn't just the fact that I was on pit road, the hand was on the heart. It's just what you get to see of what you don't get to see from the grandstands when you're standing on pit road and that national anthem's going and you just look and you see everyone that came out to not just support you but support other drivers. You see all these fans, you see the fireworks, you see you hear the national anthem, you can feel it, and you have the flyover. I mean, it's just all so patriotic and so traditional.
Mm-hmm.
And and that smile that I have on my face is just a reminder that I put in that picture, I put a little quote in the bottom of it. And it came from Denzel Washington. I was listening to one of his motivational speeches one day, and he said that dreams without goals are just dreams. And that day, I definitely I don't even feel like I did this. I know that I achieved my goal, and that this moment opened up more doors for me, and it has, because since then I've worked 2 more races, so I have 4 races under my belt, and we won Daytona. So as a crewman, my first career win, I have 1 win under my belt as well. So just have that feeling, and to have the feeling of I helped build that race truck, and if it wins, I was the reason that I was part of the reason that got to win. And oh well, we'll go back to the drawing board and we just try it again.
Exactly, exactly. You don't win every. I mean, you don't win every time. I mean, it's nice to win every time, but I mean, there's a difference between good ones and great ones. Good ones are like care about the big things and they're like, oh, I got this championship win. The great ones are like Kobe Bryant was like in basketball. It's like, job's not done. Like, why are you not smiling? You just won the finals or the conference finals. Job's not done, is it? So that's what separates people like that. And it's just Mamba mentality, man. Mamba mentality.
Well, see, and I feel like with the driver that we have now with Parker Kligerman, he just has just this mentality of, I don't want to say he has the Jimmy Johnson mentality, but I just feel like he has that grit where he's trying to find everything he possibly can in that race truck to give us all the information that he can for us during the race. And I know for 100% sure that he's given Chris Carrier all the information that he can. And I know that Chris Carrier is 100% trying to give him all of the adjustments that he can to make sure that truck runs smoothly.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just to have that kind of determination. And on top of that, our spotter, the guy that sits up atop the racetrack and watches where other cars are around Parker. The spotter that we have was the spotter for Jimmy Johnson, the 7-time champion. Earl Barbin is our spotter for Parker Kligerman, and he was the spotter for Jimmy Johnson for all those championships.
Damn, really?
So just to have,
wow.
It's not the fact that we have a small team. We have a small team, but we have big names on this team.
Exactly. Yeah.
Parker, you got Parker Kligerman, you got Earl Barbin, you got Chris Carrier. I mean, you have all these people that have been around the sport for years and years and years. And shout out to Chris Carrier, who's our crew chief for our Food Country number 75 Chevrolet. He's 65 years old. He's been in the business since he was 15 years old. I mean, it's 50 years in the sport, going on 51. You got Tom Clavette, that's our truck chief. He's been in the sport since the 90s, probably even before that. And he also served our country as well. So just to have a veteran that also loves to race as well is amazing. Pat is our interior guy that works on the interior of the race cars. He is an amazing guy, amazing father, has a day job when he's not working on race cars. So, to have everyone at the age that they are and they're still working these 9 to 5 because they love to do it. It's just really, really cool. And, and the guy that gets our race car to racetrack is John Paul, our hauler driver, who is an awesome guy. Looks like Dog the Bounty Hunter, has the hair, he's got the shades, he got the,
Hell yeah.
This guy is the legend of truck driving. I mean, he's just awesome. I love it. He's like a father figure to me. He's teaching me so much of everything that goes on with hauling and driving these things and how fun it is, but also how hard and how exact you have to be with loading this stuff up. And just, he's been doing this for over 20 years, maybe even more. He's been doing hauling racing since the 90s. And it's always been a dream of his to be a hauler driver. And now he's doing it. So it's cool to have people that have the same dreams as I do of wanting to be a part of racing in different ways. Where I'm trying to be on the pit crew or the crew side of it, whereas John Paul is on the hauler driving side of it, where he has to do everything in his power to get the race car, the pit box, the toolbox, the coolers, the grill, and all the stuff to the next racetrack, and with us, we have to travel and meet him there. We don't have to go as fast as him or be on his schedule, but we have to meet him there.
Yeah.
So, John Paul is, like a good 50% of John Paul's about 50% of this crew. He really is. He gets about 50% of what we need to the racetrack, and the other 50% is our hands and our minds and our stress.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I feel that, man. I feel it.
So trust me, we may be small, but we have the biggest hearts because we're not out there to make money. I mean, obviously we're out there to make money because we do have to keep our team afloat. We have to, buy parts and stuff like that. But, as in our hearts, deep down in our hearts, we're really there just to entertain you guys, all the kids, all the fans that come out. We just love the atmosphere that we walk into when we walk into a racetrack. Even though it's pressuring because you're going for the win, you're trying to think of what adjustments you want to put on there first. Even though you're thinking about all that, you'll always look around and see the crew members just look around for a quick second because they know that they're in their happy place. They know that they can turn off their phone and not have to worry about anything because they're at where they love to be.
Exactly.
I definitely turn off my phone during a lot of race events where I'm like, you know what? I just do not. I need to know what. I don't want people to know how I'm doing. I'm good. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm busy right now. I'm on vacation. Leave me alone.
I feel that, man. I feel that like every fucking day.
Yeah. So yeah, this little team is just they're so great, and I love them all very much. We're all one big happy family. We look out for each other. And that's a big thanks to Don and Charlie Henderson, and they're the owners of the race team and Food Country USA, which is our main sponsor. Here's our race uniform. If anyone wanted to see it, yeah.
I need one of those shirts or a hat or something.
Yeah, oh yeah, Craftsman Truck Series, all the good stuff. Charlie Henderson has been around racing for so many years, and he's almost at the age of 90 right now. And he's been racing so long, all the way back to when we was racing, what we called the Busch Series. You know what I mean? The whole Busch Series deal back when, it's now called the Xfinity Series, but back then it was called the Busch Series. And then Don Henderson, how he comes in, that's Charlie's son, and he owns all of the Food Country stores. And I just give props to Don Henderson because with Charlie Henderson not feeling so well right now. Unfortunately, he's under the weather right now. So we're definitely saying our prayers for him right now. And that's when Don comes in and takes over as, grocery store owner and then team owner, race team owner, and it just humbles me to see someone like him putting all the stuff like that on his shoulders and is saying, I got this, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I love that out of someone like Don. Don is an amazing man. He has just this down-to-earth heart where he looks out for everybody, including his employees. We all love where we work at Food Country USA. I love my job. My job as a butcher is a great job. I get to meet new customers every day, and I get to talk with Don and the race team. And that's another thing. After we're done working on the race cars, everyone always goes home at different race shops. Everyone goes home to the families. We sit there around the race car and we'll shoot the shit for about 2 more hours and then we'll go home.
That's awesome. That's more than money.
It's cool that us racers will sit there and just talk racing for a couple more hours and we'll just sit there and laugh and go home and restart the day. So it's great to have that kind of atmosphere of people that just love the heart, that they have the heart, they have the want, and they just have that grit and determination, even though they're so far up in age.
Yeah, that's respectable, man. I mean, like I said, you don't even have to be a NASCAR fan or any kind of fan of racing. It's like if it's basketball, baseball, football, soccer, rugby, NASCAR, whatever, and there's people that up in age. Because how old is the owner of Henderson again? How old is he again?
Charlie Henderson is almost 90, and I believe Don is over the age of 60.
See, I mean, that advanced age, they could be like, nah, I don't want to do it, but they're like, nope, not done until I die. Even maybe when they're in their grave, they'll still be doing shit with it.
Well, see, and the crazy thing is, Food Country started before Charlie Henderson. The Food Country chain started a little after. So Charlie Henderson's father started a food chain that started all the way back in 1914.
Jesus.
1914. Oh, yeah. And Food Country has been around ever since. And you'll see it when you pull up to a Food Country store. You'll see it. Food Country since 1914. We've been around that long, and we provide for our people and our communities. And that's the best part. Food Country doesn't sit in these big cities. We sit in small towns or small cities where I feel like the community really needs us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
As a grocery store chain, and it's so cool to have stores in Tennessee, in Virginia, and just to keep it close to home. And all of our food is provided from different warehouses in Virginia and Tennessee. So it's just like all of our vegetables come from farms in Tennessee and Virginia. Like we keep everything close to home.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, what I like about like those smaller businesses, like in smaller towns, compared to like Walmart, Kroger, it's like I don't know. There's just more of a connection with the owner, the boss, employees. Walmart and Kroger, like, fuck off. In places like where you're working at, it's like there's a connection there, and I love that. That's why I like the job I work at. Where I work at, because I said last night, but stupid ass recording. It's like a place like that. There's more of a connection. There's more respect and crap, and it's just, and I just love. The same way you're about your job is like it's more of a community than these big corporate places, which is just a lot of bullshit. I mean, but if you're able to have a connection with like customers, your boss, employees, and all this stuff, you can't get that place like Walmart. You can be like friends, but you can't have a connection because part of a job is to go do a job, get a paycheck, support your family. But these small places, it's a big bonus to be able to have that connection and just. Your bigger places, you just don't get that, and it sucks. But that's why I cherish where I work at, even if they piss me off. It's like, man, I could be down at the floor plant, breaking my foot and breaking my back again. But hey, I'm not. So, God, I feel like I'm about 80 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Okay, I'll go to this point real quick if you don't mind. Like when I was working at, the floor plant I worked at for a while. I won't say the name because, God, my luck, I get sued or some shit. I could come home and try to pick Anna up. I couldn't hardly pick her up, dude. I would crumble to the floor. My back was so jacked up. But then I went to this new job. I can say their name because I'm talking good about them. So, it's like my back got a lot better. My knee was screwed up. Yeah, I tore my MCL and I went to work because I tore it at home I couldn't go to where we're like, oh, I heard it here. And dude, I had this big ass brace from my thigh down to my ankle, and they're like, you look like a damn pirate walking through here, man. Seriously, it sucked, but I'm like, you know what? I'm still not at that other job, and I have a good connection with my fellow coworkers and like the community in Lewisburg now because of it. So it's dude, it's beautiful. So I mean,
Yeah, I definitely have to come back into town. I see that Lewisburg is popping back up again.
a little bit, not always in a good way, dude. Chocolate Festival 2, the Taste of Our Talents thing. Good God, I'm like, did everybody from West Virginia come in here? It's insane,
Oh yeah.
It's like trying to
Oh
wash
yeah.
dishes and I can't get through anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like I've said this point last night, I'll say it again. Like as long as I'm getting, being able to support my family, and there's something going on with Zoe and her job, and I'll talk to you about that privately. I don't need to be saying it on here, but it's just like it becomes an instance where it's like, I'm the one working, and as long as Anna's taken care of and Zoe's taken care of, and we got a place to live and we got food, man, I don't care what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that's like kind of you want to give some shout outs. You did just a minute ago, but you want to give more shout outs probably to your parents and your family and stuff. But it's like, hey man, when I did music, Zoe and Anna were right there behind me. When I started doing this, like I just suddenly quit music, did a song, came out like, nope, done. Want to do podcasts, and Zoe's like, all right, well, we'll help you with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Family means everything. So I mean, so I'll let you talk like what you did last night, thanking all these people, like who was the Coach Baker and everybody like that, and your mom and all that.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's just so many people that have come a long way from high school to where I've come now. And it's definitely without the support of my mom and dad, especially my mom. My mom has been through so much, and I've stuck right with her through all of it, through all the battles, and just to be able to have that support from her still, and have her come to my races and have her support me, and my dad being there to support me as well just means so much. I love my dad so much as well. He's so amazing to my mom, and Sergeant Smith, Sergeant Major Long, Major Pickenpaw, all my instructors from high school, and Mr. Mitchum, my auto mechanics teacher, everybody that helped me get through my hard times and my fun times in college. And now we're here and I'm with a NASCAR team, and it's thank you to all the haters too. It's such a big deal to be able to not just be able to say I told you so, but I feel more respected that some of those haters would come back and be like, hey, sorry about long ago. And it
Yeah,
just feels real good to have enemies become your friends, and it's just no issues, and it's great communication. And you just resolve things, and you don't resolve them by talking them out. You just resolve them by going and shooting some basketball, or going out and going and getting something to eat. It doesn't matter. It's just so many people to be thankful for, and just I'm here now, and I will take my trip back to Greenbrier East High School to say my thank yous, and I will, I'll pay my dues. Trust me.
now what did people like say when we were in school and stuff, and even when you were like say 10, 11 years old, and you said, I know you had a dream to work with NASCAR, what did people say? Would they laugh, or did they say, I think you can do it? Because you talk about
I
haters.
mean, the teacher, 11, 12 years old, everybody's always going to give you that, oh, yeah, you can definitely do it. For me, where I was really starting to realize, okay, people are downing me for my goals, it was like 15 or 16 years old for me. And that's where people are like, dude, you're not smart enough to work for a NASCAR team. I'm like, you can't put a tire on a car? You can't sweep a shop floor? That's how Chad Knaus, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, he didn't just get that crew chief job. He started out sweeping floors for Hendrick Motorsports.
Yeah,
I started out sweeping floors, taking trash out. You know what I mean? Getting tools for all the crew members. Now I feel like I have my own job in that race shop. All the heavy lifting is done by me. I wash all the vehicles to make sure everything is spick and span. Because even though we're a small team, we don't want to look like a junkyard. We
Yeah,
always want our
exactly.
shop to look good. We want the parking lot to even look good. We want to have enough space for fans to come in and see the shop, because we have a race shop where you can walk into the race shop and look at everything going on.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's just, it's so cool to even have fans come in during the day and can we help you guys? Oh, we're just here to see the race car. See whatever you want. Trophy cases out front. We want to show people what we can still accomplish, even though we're small.
Exactly. Hey, man, small things don't mean you can't accomplish big things. I mean,
Exactly.
so that's corny. That's like Jalen Hurts quote. But like, no, seriously though, what is like, if you could, this might be an odd question, but what is like one thing that could probably like to other people might stand out about what you do exactly? Like,
What is it?
like what's unique about your role and with the team and stuff? Is there anything like unique or that might stand out, a fact or whatever about the team?
It's just it's honestly my athletic and healthy ability. Because we go to some racetracks where our pit stall will be on one side of the racetrack and our hauler will be on the other. And before I showed up, some one of these guys that are up there in age would have to run all the way down there to get a part or a bag of ice or something like that. With me, when I got that radio on my head, all I got to hear is, Gabe, we need 2 bags of ice, and I'm gone. I'm sprinting.
Probably run faster than I can.
I'm going like the wind. I will work circles around every crew member that's there. Not just mine, but
Mm.
every single other team that's there. I want to not just prove to my team that I'm worth it, but I'm trying to show to every other team that's watching me run by, hey, I got the giddy up. I got the hustle. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So it's just like I'm not running my ass off for my team. I'm running my ass off for my career.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
trying I'm trying to show other people I got the motivation to get anything that a crew member needs and get it fast and have it back fast.
Oh hell, dude! I've seen some videos you had like of you like doing tests and stuff. It's like holy shit. I mean, do you ever like feel pressure if there's a race going on? Do you ever? Or are you cool, calm, collected? Because you look pretty calm when you do it. But what do you feel inside though?
I mean, the pressure is always going to be there, always,
Of course.
especially because you got those other teams around you that are trying to go for the same thing that you're going for, and that's the victory. Even if you're starting dead last, anything can happen at a NASCAR event. Anything can happen. It really can.
Oh yeah.
But as for me, where the pressure sets in for me, I'm cool, calm, and collected while the race is going on. I'm listening to the driver, what he's complaining about, what he's not complaining about. It's when the caution comes out and the pit crews get ready. That's when I have to get ready, because, one of my jobs sometimes is to catch the tire on pit road to make sure that tire doesn't bounce away. Because if that tire comes flying at me and I don't catch it, and it bounces off the pit wall and goes back out onto pit road, that's an uncontrolled tire penalty. Yeah, that may be my fault, but as a team, we have to serve that penalty, and Parker has to come down pit road and serve a drive-through penalty, and that could put us in the back. It could put us a lap down. So the pressure, is not just always on the pit crew. The pressure is always going to be on the pit crew. But as for the other side of the wall, on the other side of the wall, there's pressure on that side too. So to answer your question, the pressure's not there when the race is going on. The pressure is definitely there when pit stops are starting to begin, because
Exactly.
you can't mess it up. You got to be fast. You got to be smooth. No mistakes.
One little hiccup and it's like. I mean,
And no, and see, and you can say that the little hiccups, that little hiccup can cost us 3-4 tenths of a second.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like one little hiccup to a big uh oh.
Yeah,
Like
losing positions.
I mean, I can even understand that. Even like I'm not gonna say that I hate NASCAR because I don't. I don't watch a lot of sports. I watch baseball. I mean, I watch football and basketball enough to keep up a little bit. Hell, I even like keep up NASCAR a little bit, basically, so I can learn a little bit to talk to you about it. But it's like I even know any sport, but especially NASCAR. I think one little like micro, tiny, super micro size. Oh shit, can lead to finishing 20th instead of second or first. So I mean, maybe not always because I know y'all's team can probably bounce back pretty good and pretty easily, but it happens to everyone. It's any given Sunday, or whatever, the saying. But like any given day, you guys are racing, it can be like you finish first, first place one race, and the next time you think you're doing better, you finish 15th. It's just, but I know how you said before in private conversations and on here and stuff. It's like y'all are great in the aspect of you mess up, you don't mope around and get like, well, I'm not racing ever again. It's like, all right, well, let's go back and see what we can do better next time. So I respect the hell out of that, dude. For real, I do. I mean, you're like a brother to me, but I'm biased. But anybody doing that, I mean, I respect the hell out of that because like a lot of people can't handle that. So I mean, it takes a hell of a team and hell of like people to do that.
Absolutely.
So I mean, a lot of respect to you guys. But like I said, I need to get wherever I can get a Food Country USA hat. Tell me, and I'll get it. I'll at least display it on my. I don't wear hats, man. I need to show off my hair. So,
You need to start wearing a hat more often, man.
Dude, every time I do it, it looks like a bowl. Like I look like I got like dents in my head. Like those headphone dents. God, it looks terrible.
Yeah.
Need to redo my hair again. It's like turning blackish brown now. I need to be green again. But so let's see what. God, okay, my ADHD brain's not working. I was gonna ask you a different question. So do you have? Okay, this is a good one. Do you have? Was it like they call it welcome to an NFL moment in football? What was your like welcome to Henderson Motorsports moment?
Oh, my welcome to Henderson Motorsports moment.
If you can think of one or a couple.
I mean,
That's an on the spot question. I know.
there's just so many. I mean, it's just to name off a couple. I mean, obviously, winning Daytona this year was really, really cool.
Oh yeah.
To have Scott Borchetta and Spiked Coolers, Big Machine Vodka, and Food Country USA on the truck it was so cool to have all of them on there and finally, get Spiked Coolers and Scott and Parker in victory lane with that. Because Parker and Scott Borchetta have been such great friends for so many years. And Parker's been trying so hard to get that Spiked Coolers paint scheme in a victory lane, and just to finally be able to get it in victory lane and at the biggest race of them all at Daytona, the biggest racetrack of them all, at the biggest race of the year. It was just so special. So, that was my definitely. I know it was late in the year, my welcome to Henderson Motorsports moment, but for me, it was getting a chance for my first race. That was my, all right, I've made it. I'm going to my first race.
Oh hell
And
yeah.
then when I got there and the checkered flag flew, I was like, all right, I can die happy now. I'm good. I'm good now.
That's awesome, dude.
I'm just gonna let life roll along now, and then just it's ever since then I've just been praying every single morning, thanking the good Lord above, for letting me see another race car for another day, and just to have these guys and have a chance to fight with them by their side. It's just so much fun because, these full-time teams, they got 30, 40, 50, 60 people on their team. There's just 10, 11 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And only one of us is a full-time employee, and that's our crew chief, Chris Carrier.
Oh
So,
god.
yeah, and trust me, he makes his money's worth and then some. I mean, he just does so well at his job. Dude, wow, holy crap. Wow.
Long day.
All day, bro, all day. But he's just done so well. He's worked for so many different people. He's worked for Dale Earnhardt Sr. He's worked for the big names of NASCAR. He's just a great guy, and this whole team is just a great group of people. So, I mean, it's just a great way to end the category there. It's just it's just a great group of people, and we're gonna go get them at North Wilkesboro on May 17th, and we're gonna try and whoop them again.
All right, hell yeah, dude. Best of luck, man. I mean, I think y'all do good. I think y'all do fine. I didn't get to it before, but like, I didn't know because we talked on Facebook and stuff. Like, if you had anything like did you need to ask me or whatever? Like, pick my brain. I don't care. I need my brain picked a little bit about the podcast thing or anything like that, man.
I mean, to jump into the freaking NFL, what the hell happened to the freaking draft? What the
Well,
hell happened? What
uh,
happened to what happened to this whole Sanders deal with, we thought Sanders was going to get a good draft pick, and we're sitting here going, well, I don't think we're supposed to be seeing the 5th round and the 144th pick. So it's like, you expected like a 1st or 2nd round pick, but no, we're going to get him in the 5th.
dude, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't obviously know him or Deion Sanders' dad personally. I know they're close with him and his brother Shiloh Sanders as well at Colorado. But the biggest thing I was hearing was that his dad, Deion, was like in the media too much, coming on way too strongly. And teams were like, nah, no, I don't know. And then I saw some of these interviews Shedeur Sanders was doing. It's like, it's a good God. It was like it was all over TikTok. It was like top five like worst Shedeur Sanders draft combine moments. One, he didn't go to the combine. I don't think Cam Ward did either, and he was drafted 1st overall. And it was like he was like basically teams would be stupid not to pick me. And it's like they were saying like he was coming off arrogant, not just common, but like, what the hell is this dude's problem? It's like I didn't really like see anything. I mean, it did shock the hell out of me that he dropped that much because when it came to I think pick number 94, the Cleveland Browns were up. Like, all right, they got other people like, and the people around the table, what the analysts were saying, like, all right, I'm gonna get him. It's like the Cleveland Browns with the 94th overall pick select Dillon Gabriel, quarterback from Oregon. Like, what the shit just happened? Like what the hell? Love Dillon Gabriel. Love people from Oregon like that. Always.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
crazy.
See, and I watched more of the draft, and I just saw this today. On the 6th day of the draft, the Colts got a QB. We didn't just get a QB. I think we got the QB. We got the QB from Notre Dame from last year's championship game.
Riley Leonard.
Yes.
He's
and
a beast.
I really, really like that.
Me too. I'm like surprised he can go higher. But
well, the thing is, people were fearing that he's not going to do well because he was such a low pick. I'm telling you, in that championship game last year, he had 9 carries just in that first sequence of the gameplay.
Yeah.
That's insane. I know it was last year. I know that. I know it was last year. But still, the fact that you can do that 9 consecutive times, and not just one quarter, but one sequence of plays.
Yeah.
I mean, we need someone that can consecutively throw the ball and catch it.
Yeah, I think that's what people's worries was about it was Leonard's arm. Like he can run, he can throw short passes, but they were concerned about like deep ball, how accurate he could be in tight spaces. I mean, I get that, but I think they found a gem. I mean, I think he's a rookie. You got to develop. I mean, I think he'll develop incredible. You got that's like with Anthony Richardson. He can run, but he cannot throw for shit. I mean, and he'll be Leonard would be the starter, I say. I mean, because it's Leonard, Richardson, Flacco's with the Browns now, and oh God, who do they even have? I don't know. Anyway, I can't think of that right now because they have like 2 quarterbacks, I think. So I mean, Daniel Jones. Oh Jesus Christ, $18 million a year for what? Anyway, but I think the Colts made some good picks. They got Tyler Warren, I think, from. If I'm not mistaken. God, people are going to rush me in the comments.
Yeah, they got him from Penn State, that big tight end.
Warren, dude, he's a freaking beast. Wish the Cowboys could have got him.
He's a freaking monster.
Cowboys ended up getting a receiver, but it was an undrafted one after the draft. I'm like, why didn't you pick him in the draft, dude?
Okay, but even if he was undrafted, you still haven't seen him practice yet. You know
exactly,
what I mean?
Yeah. Who was it again? Oh, it was Tez Holden from Oregon, I think is his name. He's badass. He's a good, I think, slot receiver. I mean, because we got CD Lamb, and that's it. And we got like Jalen Tolbert. I don't even know who else. Like people I've never heard of. Like, well, I might as well go try out for the damn team and play receiver. I mean, yeah. But I think the draft was a success.
The player that I'm looking forward to watching the most is Travis Hunter.
For Jaguars. Oh, dude.
That's because, listen, he called it in 2022. He said he wanted to play on a field for the Jacksonville Jaguars. and this dude got drafted to the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2025. It's if he can do all this, I think it was luck him going to Jacksonville. I don't because of the way the picks went. I think that was luck, but I don't think him going to Jacksonville. I mean, yes, it was luck, but him going to an NFL football team to just sit there, he ain't gonna go there just to sit there. He will be a good football player.
Oh yeah, and it's a crazy thing because he's going. If Trevor Lawrence, and people can be on my ass presence, I don't care. If Trevor Lawrence is healthy, he's got good weapons, he's on his A game. There is no reason that Jacksonville can't make the playoffs. You got Lawrence, Travis Hunter now playing probably both sides of the ball. They said, I think that's what Pat McAfee on the Pat McAfee show said. Yeah, they wanted to play on both sides, mostly I think offense. Got him, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU, who's going into his second year receiver, was a dog, dude. I mean, underrated because he was playing for what they call a shit team. But get those two together, and then with Trevor Lawrence healthy and on his A game, dude, I don't see why they can't win 10 games.
I mean, I think Jacksonville will get into the playoffs. I just don't think they'll make it all the way.
No, they're developing. But, hey, what shit would it be if they did go all the way? But, I don't know. Have a heart attack.
Well, I don't know. Hey, let's talk about Janty. I mean, where's Janty going?
Raiders. Geno Smith. Oh.
Bro, hey, where'd Geno Smith come from?
WVU.
Yeah.
I'm
telling you, him and Pete Carroll have a good communication alliance together.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm excited for it. I want to see Geno succeed. He will.
Like, honestly, I might be a Raiders fan this year just to see how good. Can you talk about the NBA stuff for a little bit? I got a phone call that just popped in.
Yeah, man, I got you.
Okay, give me like 1 second.
All right, man. All right, so there's a little intermission with Gabe there. So we were talking about the NFL thing for a minute, and what we were talking about, like with the Jaguars. I don't see. Well, we were talking about the Raiders, but we'll go back to that in a minute. I just think like I'm biased and I'm a bandwagon because Geno Smith went to Western University, which is a team we grew up loving and watching. Come from West Virginia, and Gabe's not from West Virginia. He's technically from Indiana. He'll talk about that later. And seeing Geno Smith go to a team like that, getting a good contract, you got Janty going there, and I'm not sure about the. I know they got Brock Bowers at tight end. You got Max Crosby, who just got signed a huge deal at defensive end. I think at the time when he signed, it isn't now because Myles Garrett, I think, was the biggest non-quarterback contract in NFL history. And it just at that team with Pete Carroll coming in, take the helm and stuff like that, is going to be a big, it could be a big surprise. You never know. I mean, they could win just 7 or 8 games. I think they'll win 9 to 10 at least. They could win more, could win less. But I think 10 to 11 maybe, just having the coaching and having the balance it seems like they have. I think it could work. I mean, you never can tell, really. You can predict all you want, but we'll just have to see what's going to happen. So moving on from NFL, because I'm a Cowboys fan, I stay depressed about it, so I'll just stay off that for a minute. Moving to the NBA playoffs. Oh, man, this big, heartbreaking news almost for the Milwaukee Bucks. Damian Lillard went down with a non-contact injury. Was going, I think, to pass the ball, stepped with his left foot, and his leg just gave. And it turns out he tore his Achilles tendon, and he's out for the playoffs. And it's just, all right, hey, there you are.
Sorry about that. I'm so sorry.
You're good. I was talking about recapping and closing in on the Raiders and stuff like that. But I was getting ready. I was just actually starting perfect time on your back, man. Damian Lillard.
My crew chief just called me, so I was on the phone with Mr. Chris Carrier.
Everything all right?
Oh yeah, we're good. We're loading up some stuff tomorrow to take for our road course truck. We're setting up our road course truck to get it prepared for some road course racing that we're going to do earlier this year.
Sweet, man. All right, good. I made sure everything's all right.
Oh yeah, we're good. All
right, man.
But yeah, back to Raiders. I'm going to be a big Raiders fan this year, just because I want to see how, Gentry can do as in that running back spot with Geno Smith by his side. I feel like I don't know if the Raiders drafted anyone for the offensive line or defensive line, but I hope they got some people because Janty's going to need the help on offense.
Exactly. They got Brock Bowers at tight end. He's a beast. He would have won Offensive Rookie of the Year if it wasn't for having a kind of a crappy team because Daniels won it. But he had like 1,300 yards receiving, dude. I mean,
absolutely.
Oh, he's a beast. Well, he came from Georgia, dude. People from Georgia are dogs, literally. So, I mean, shit. I hope Dallas doesn't face that because Dallas is my team, but I love Geno Smith. I'm like, if they beat Dallas, I think I'll be all right. So, I mean, I'll be all right either way. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Cowboys, shit, dude. I don't even know. Dak's gonna be back. We got running back Jadon Blue from Texas University. I mean, that's a good pick. I don't know. It's gonna be like 8-9 wins again. It's gonna be the same shit. Jerry's like, we're going all in. It's like, yeah, let's sign somebody we never heard of. So I don't know, man, but
you never know, man.
It's a disgrace to the football. Just retire, Jerry. Okay. Anyway, no. His son's supposed to take over. When he retires, his son's gonna take over. So he's dumb, but just younger. Okay. All right, let's move on from that because what I was saying to everybody before you came back was I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm staying depressed about it. So let's move on. Yeah, you saw that with the Milwaukee Bucks. Damian Lillard is out for the playoffs. Tore his Achilles.
Oh no! I was asleep, so I didn't see this.
Dude, he was just stepping like this and pushing two-hand pass, left foot planted, his leg just gave, and it was non-contact out. And I'm like, well, Bucks are going to lose the series, and they're going to lose Giannis. He is going to go to the Knicks next year. I'm just saying that right now. I don't give a shit what people think. Suck my.
I mean, listen, bro. Listen. I'm just going to tell you this now. Indiana Pacers on to the next round. I'm just going to say that right now.
Dude, I don't doubt it.
Indiana Pacers on to the next round.
Dude, they're good. Halliburton is so damn smooth.
So wait, who are they? So who do they play if they win their series? Who are they playing on the other side?
Either the Knicks or Pistons.
So the Knicks and Pistons game. That's going to decide who Indiana's going to go up against, the Knicks or the Pistons.
Yeah, I think the Knicks are up 3-1, so they win one more. They're advancing. So that's going to be a battle. Oh man.
Because because could you imagine if Lillard didn't get injured and the Bucks did win that game and Giannis went to go play up against the Knicks?
Dude.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah.
Him and Cat. Dude, I'm saying, I'm kind of kidding about him going to the Knicks, but I don't see why not because it's always in the market. They're saying the Lakers. I mean, if LeBron retired, then probably they could do it because then he wouldn't be playing, so they wouldn't have to worry about his contract anymore, I don't think. I don't know how that shit works. And Pacers and Knicks, dude, like I said, Halliburton, they said his numbers dropped a little bit, but his turnovers did too. And he's so smooth, dude. His shoot motion's ugly as hell, and it's like, what the shit? But but the result's beautiful, dude. Doesn't matter what it looks like, it matters what happens. So, I mean, like with the Warriors, like Steph Curry, like they were talking about, like I was at work today listening to the Pat McAfee show, and they were talking about his conditioning, his stamina, Steph Curry, man. It's like we talked before, like about Matthew Dellavedova years ago having to go to the hospital because he got dehydrated, having to guard Curry. That's the thing. That's the craziest thing. He's 37. He does not stop.
Well, see, and this is this is something that LeBron James said. I was listening to I like listening to a lot of basketball podcasts because they have a lot of players on there and they talk about other players. And he was talking about Curry, and he was like, yes, Curry's a big problem because the problem with Curry is it's not when he has the ball it's not when he has the ball is what makes him dangerous. It's when he doesn't have the ball is what makes
he'll run your ass off.
When he doesn't have the ball, he is moving. He's not standing still. And that's why everybody's like, bro, when you guard Curry, it's not when he has the ball. It's when he doesn't is when you got to stay on him.
Exactly, dude. It's just insane. I'm like, when I watch him at Davidson, I'm like, when he played WVU in that tournament and he beat our ass, I'm like, dude, I was so mad. I was such a Steph Curry hater then because I'm like, you asshole. Then he got to the NBA, I'm like, I love this guy. It's like quick change. Like, hey, you're not beating my team's ass anymore, so whatever.
I mean, I forgot which player said this quote, but he said, "We've created a monster. We created a monster." And
Everybody says
Steph Curry
that.
created a like we birthed the demon of the NBA. Like, I mean,
Dude, everybody says that now. It's like, dude, don't piss them off in a game like the playoffs against Houston, like what Brooks and Jalen Green did. They start talking shit. It was a time. Who was it against? The Clippers, I think, a year or two ago. A ref called a technical foul because he got a little upset at a non-call, which he never gets calls. Like he gets ran over by Brooks, and anyway. And they called a technical foul because he just expressed his frustration. He was like, "This is bullshit," and he said that, and then the players in the Clippers started talking shit. And I think he had like 17 points in like 2 minutes. And he looked at the ref and went like, that teed him up. Like, yeah, call a tee on me again.
mm-hmm.
And dude, it was just, you don't want to piss him, Luka, Giannis. Giannis, 6'11", 240. He's strong like Shaq and can move like John Wall did. I'm like, my God.
Yeah.
And he takes free throw line like 15-foot strides, man. I'm like, those are a couple people you do not want to piss off. I'm like, fool, you piss them off, you're going to hell, man.
Well, I mean, hell, imagine if Allen Iverson was still playing. Oh, dear God.
He'd cross your ass up and make fall into another time zone.
Bro, he would cross you up and you'd be sitting on the bench where you usually sit, bro. With a cup of Gatorade in your hand.
He's like, well, how the hell did I get here? Damn, Allen Iverson.
Bro, he will cross you up, sit you on the bench, go over there and hand you a drink and then shoot the ball. Like, I mean, Allen Iverson is just like that, bro.
He's small, dude, but his skill set was so huge. It was insane. I really wish I could have seen his prime more because obviously I was only a kid. But damn, dude, the highlights and the games I did see. Oh,
highlights gotta be bomb, bro. That dude was tearing up floorboards with his feet. He was crossing people so hard, probably.
No, dude. A highlight mixtape I like to see a lot in college, and then just the dude's passing. And even have because he didn't average a lot of points, unfortunately. Jason Williams, white chocolate, his ball handling, dude, his elbow pass in that All-Star game, the bitch was.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God.
The dude missed the shot. He passed off his elbow, and the dude got fouled and missed the shot. Like, damn it. Ruined a highlight. You just let him dunk that one.
Well, see, and that's one thing that people don't understand. And to go back to Steph Curry real quick, that's what another thing that Allen Iverson and who was it? Jason
Williams played for the Kings.
Jason Williams, Allen Iverson, and Steph Curry were probably the three best players that I've seen. Like because I obviously wasn't watching NBA back then, so I didn't see Jason Williams or Allen Iverson, but I watched their film.
Yeah.
You know? And out of everyone that I've seen with ball control and feet control, Allen Iverson, Jason Williams, and Steph Curry are the top best people that I've seen that can jump up and get contact to get that foul and one. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, even though they're small.
The best players that I ever saw to jump up there and not even try, quote unquote, and they would get the foul.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're unbelievable, and that's where being a center is a downside because you got those long arms where you can barely stick your arm out and you can hit someone's arm because your arms are so long, and there's that foul and you're like, damn it. And before you know it, you're like freaking Brooks being a freaking baby fouling out 5 minutes before the fourth quarter ends.
I love it. Dude, I love it. And the thing that sucks now is like you talk about Steph being like that. It's like he used to be, but like now, man, he doesn't get any calls. Like Amen Thompson of Houston was grabbing his shorts and they still didn't call him. Like, and he was like, hey, where's the foul? And they're like, shut up. And he's like, shut your bitch ass and take this L, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never liked Brooks. Zoe, like, isn't, like, she likes sports. Like, everybody, she's a Baltimore Orioles fan, so give her shit if you see her. Anyway, so, like, she likes sports enough to.
Go New York Yankees.
If I got a John Carlos Stanton shirt on. And she was even watching highlights when Brooks was on the Grizzlies, and he's like, who is this son of a bitch? It's like, exactly. He's like, he's an ugly motherfucker, too. And I'm like, man, dude, I will say this, and oh, God, it's going to make me throw up if I say this. A lot of time, Brooks is a damn good defender. He is. He's hard-nosed, but he's an asshole. He talks shit unnecessarily. Like, don't be talking shit to LeBron James and freaking thrusting into his ass when you're guarding him. I mean, and then calling him old and shit, and then he goes and drops you a 40-point double on your ass. It's just don't poke the bear, man. Because even at 40 years old, he's going to dunk on your ass. He's lost a little bit of a step, but not much. I mean, but
a little bit.
All right, I'll ask you again, and I think I've thought about it a little bit more. So I'm going to say, what about the Cavaliers and Warriors being in the NBA, not the conference finals, but the NBA finals? That's a stretch.
I mean, listen, if the Warriors want to get to OKC, they got to get past Luka and LeBron. I mean, that's just plain and simple, because even though they're having their losses right now, Luka's still dropping major numbers. He really is. He's had a couple droughts, but a star basketball player is going to have his droughts. Your star basketball player is never going to be perfect, first of all.
Exactly.
But I can definitely see the Warriors and OKC, but Jimmy Butler's got to keep an eye on himself. Is he available tonight?
Is he? He's questionable. I don't know. I think it's a game time decision. I think.
Okay, so a game time decision. Okay. So they're allowed. I don't blame them. Okay, so if Butler stays healthy, we're gonna beat the Lakers, but I think we're gonna go to Game 6 if we get to the Lakers. If we get to OKC, we're taking 7 games. It's gonna take 7 games.
They better be careful because Minnesota's up 3-1 on LA right now.
I know, and it's all because Anthony Edwards.
Dude, he's a badass. He's awesome.
I'm telling you, bro. Here's a difference between him and Brooks. Brooks is like talking smack and like not backing it up.
Edwards
is like talking smack, eating it, and spitting in your face.
Dropping
bro.
40.
Like I'm telling you, bro, Anthony Edwards is a different animal this year, because I watched him last year against the Lakers, not just in the playoffs, but just in the regular season. He just couldn't get. I don't know what was happening. He just looked way out there. He looked way too out there. It looked like he was trying to do more for himself. He was trying to shoot the ball too much. I felt like last year, as far as I was watching from the film, I feel like he was shooting the ball too much. I feel like this year he's moving the ball a lot more than he was last year. So I feel like him moving the ball around more. And I think you'll see it in his stats. He'll have a lot more assists, a lot more rebounds.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's tall. He's been using his tallness. He's been being Anthony Edwards this year. He hasn't been trying to be someone else.
Yeah.
Shaq was trying to do his Magic Johnson bit, and his dad fucking whooped him and said, "Stop being Magic, be Shaq." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Edwards is turning into Anthony Edwards.
Dude, I said he went to Georgia, and when I said this, they compared him to Dwayne Wade. Like, this dude's going to be a dog, literally, because he went to Georgia. And, dude, I watch him. I haven't watched a lot of people football or basketball from college standpoint. Like, there's, like, Steph, Anthony Edwards, Jimmer Fredette at BYU. He just retired, actually. Damn it. And it didn't work out at the American NBA. And, certain people. But, like, Anthony Edwards, dude, I'm like, he came to the league. I'm like, I can't remember who he was he dunked on, but he dunked on and sat on him when he fell on the ground. He's like, what's up, bitch? It's like, what the hell is this dude?
Yeah.
I love him, dude. He's just like, he's like one of those people that's like, because you focus on Jokic, SGA, Giannis, Steph, LeBron, Luka, but Anthony Edwards is kind of like that guy that's like sitting in the corner, but he's quietly dropping 40 on your ass.
Well, he's kind of like what Austin Reeves has been doing right now. He's been quiet, but he's getting the assists done. He's getting those boards where he's in the paint.
Exactly.
Where players least expect him to be, because he was like towards the end of the season last year, he was a big shooter, but he was pulling them off though.
Yeah.
This year I feel like they really wanted to put him in one spot and just keep him, doing layups and getting the assists for LeBron and helping him with the alleys and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I feel like Austin Reeves is like that Anthony Edwards character.
Oh, yeah.
He's quiet, but he can execute and still put points on the board to where they can go on to the next round if they can.
Oh, and you know what's funny? When Austin Reeves, like my dad said something about it like 2 years ago. Like he was the kind of a role player, averaging 6, 7 points a game, doing little things. Then all of a sudden he got the headband on, LeBron on his ass, chewing him out, and I'm like, nah, dude, that's not a secret. There's a hot chick in the stands he's trying to impress. What are you talking about? You know, it's like Oz Reed. I love him, dude. He's so underrated. It's like Nas Reed, I think is his name on the Timberwolves. Like, I'll beat your ass, and Reed's like, "F you." Like, God. A couple years ago, he wasn't doing that. He wasn't saying shit. He was like, "Okay, yes, sir." You know, now he's like, "I'll beat your ass. I don't care if you're twice the size of me."
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. It do be like that, and I look at the NBA and what it is today, and I love looking at all these teams that weren't in it a long time ago, and I'm looking at them now and they're in it. Like Orlando Magic, we haven't heard them in a play-in tournament in years.
Yeah.
You know, I love these teams that haven't been around in a while are starting to finally get their oomph. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I don't know if the NBA tracks how much money each team is allowed to spend on players.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the NBA is allowed to get. I don't know if the NBA gives them a gross amount of how much they're allowed to spend, or if their team is allowed to spend as much money as they want. I don't know what the answer is to that, but I really do feel like the NBA is really letting them choose not just Division I schools, but I feel like the NBA is really letting these coaches go to these Division II, Division III, because you don't have to go to a Division I school to look at a starting five. You can go to a Division III school to be like, that one player, I like him. Who is that? You know what I mean? You don't need to find 5 players. You just need to find that one player. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's like, dude, but I think what I like is these people that are like underrated, under the radar, like kind of flying out of nowhere. It's like it's not always like the big time players. Like you got what's the name from Duke coming this draft? Cooper Flag from Duke. And like that's fine and dandy being number 1 pick. He's a dog on the court, dude. Seems like a good dude. But I like these people that are like pick number 52, number 60, because you know what the other ones are going to be probably going to be able to do. But I want to see the people that are like, let's see what happens. And it just, yeah. I mean, I like the high picks. I do because was Anthony? I don't know how high Anthony Edwards was drafted, like 18th or 20th, I think. No, hold on. He was top 3. Never mind. I might be wrong. He was top 5 at least. But anyway, but you got like Steph Curry was picked, I think. Wasn't he? God, was he picked top 10 or was it out like right outside? I can't. But
I was right outside.
If we see like that, and then the Klay Thompson, and like, because I think Damian Lillard was drafted a little bit lower too. It's like, and look what they've done. I mean, Lillard's hurt now, but before the superstars, all stars, and a lot of them seem like to be the ones that were. A lot of them were drafted like number 1. They turned out good, like Shaq. People on top of like Tim Duncan, LeBron, Kobe. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Kobe was drafted low. He was. He was like 20th or something, I think. And he went to the Hornets and traded him.
He was still in the first round, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, but it wasn't top. It wasn't number 1 though. Like, because he was coming out of high school, and they were kind of like, I don't know, But dude, that look at him. I mean, he's one of the best all time. I mean,
oh yeah. Well, okay, all right. Let me get a question here. Let's get it. Let's get a chooser in here. Tonight's game: Warriors or Rockets, my brother?
Well, Warriors by 10.
Warriors by 10, but why though? Because if we have Jimmy Butler, I can see us winning by 10. But if we don't, are we gonna win by like? I think we're gonna win by like 4 or 5. If we don't have Jimmy Butler.
If you do 10, if not, 5. Why? Steph Curry. Simple answer.
Yeah, but listen, hold on. You can't put everything on Steph Curry. Draymond Green is an incredible defensive player. Wiggins and Buddy Hield are amazing at shooting the 3 ball, especially Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield ain't afraid to shoot it either.
That's what I'm saying about Steph Curry is because he won't do everything because you got Kaminga even. That's hopefully he's doing his thing. You got Draymond, Kaminga. Yeah. Huh?
You got Gary Payton.
Yeah, and see what I'm saying about Steph Curry is the fact that he might not do everything, but they'll be thinking he will. They'll be so keen in on him, like what the Chiefs did to the Eagles in the Super Bowl. They keen on one player and they messed up, and everybody else did good.
So you think they're going to do double team defense on Curry again?
Oh God, yeah, they got to. They can try. You know.
Well, see, but here's the thing though. If listen, if the Rockets want to win, Brooks has got to stop fouling, and Jalen Green's has got to stay more hustled towards the end of the game.
Yeah, he just got pissy and just like, God, I hate, he just got in it. They got in his head. He wasn't on his game. He got pissed at Draymond after the game. He's like, you lost. That's what it's mental. That's what it is with Draymond Green. He's a pesky defender. He's a badass defender. He has been since he was in Michigan State, probably in high school too. He gets in your head, and they want to call him dirty, which he has been dirty. He has done shit. But he gets in your head, gets you pissed off, gets you off your game, and you lost the game. And then it's like, looky there. Look what happened. So
yeah, absolutely. I definitely see your point there. You definitely have to, cool heads have to prevail, especially with the playoffs are now here. And also considering what rank you're at. You're talking about the Warriors being number 7. Mm-hmm. And then you're talking about the Rockets being number 2.
Exactly.
Number 2. The Warriors are in the lead 2-1 right now. We got to win 2 more games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that means we got one more home game with the Warriors, and then we got to play the Rockets at the Rockets and beat them again.
They're going to do it, dude. Excuse me. I think if Jalen Green's on his game and Sengun, their centers on the game, it'll be a battle. But it's something about Houston. I just don't see him getting to another round. I don't know. And I could be wrong.
Let's say the Warriors do beat Houston. Who do we go up against?
I think it's between the Lakers and Timberwolves, I think. Or no, is it? Wait a minute. No. Hold on. I think it might be the Thunder because they've already won their series. They swept Memphis.
So who's be?
It would be the Thunder, I think, if the Warriors win. I think so. I could be wrong.
You're going to put us against the top 2 teams in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs?
I'm thinking. I might be wrong because I don't have a map or a thing right now. But Jesus, dude. Get SGA shooting 20 free throws and crossing your ass up and getting to about the 13-foot mark, and he'll make that mid-range. I mean, all right, speaking of mid-range, this is kind of not really off topic. It's the same sport. The best one, besides Jordan and Kobe and like LeBron and stuff, mid-range jump shots, DeMar DeRozan. Dude, and Sean Livingston when he was with the Warriors, he made it. Like I think they said during the playoffs that when you were with the Warriors, Sean Livingston made I think 90-some% of his mid-range jump shots. Like Jesus, I mean, couldn't miss. He's like a 6'7", 6'8" point guard. So I mean, shit. But and I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you watch baseball. Baseball is number 1 sport anyway. But like
baseball.
Huh?
We can talk baseball.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, we're good. So, yeah, Cavaliers and Warriors in the finals. Anyway, let's who's your team in baseball?
The Yankees.
That's right. You just said it. That's a weird thing. Like, I didn't watch baseball for like 2 years for some odd reason. I think it was during COVID. It was kind of awkward and weird, and how the games were like short, and it was just really weird. I kind of stopped watching it. I grew up. You're gonna roast me. I grew up a Red Sox fan. But
I don't know why people always grew up Red Sox fans and then they just switch up. But I mean, as far as the Yankees go, we shouldn't have gotten rid of Soto. But I am glad that we got Bellinger. We really needed another good hitter, and I'm glad that we got Grisham off the injury list because he's been smacking home runs ever since he came off the bench.
Dude.
And Cole has been just a menace on the pitching mound. It's the whole team. I mean, yeah, we got some losses, but they were close losses. They weren't blowouts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so exactly.
And Aaron Judge is doing a great job. Ben Rice is doing a great job as the new leadoff hitter. I mean, he's doing good as leadoff hitter.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. is doing an amazing job. I do miss Rizzo being on the team.
Where did he even go? Did he even retire? Or is he just floating up there?
I don't know where Rizzo went, but I tell you what, the one player on the Yankees that's really outdid himself in his rookie year last year was Austin Wells. Wells did an amazing job, as a catcher, but also just smacking home runs. I know home runs shouldn't be the whole talk of the tale, but to have someone like him, as small as he is, he can hit home runs. It's really, really good for a Yankees team from different positions to have good hitters.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if you remember this, but yeah, Garrett Cole's out for the season again. He has elbow surgery.
Wait, Garrett Cole's out?
Yeah, I thought for a second that he just wasn't pitching for a while. Yeah, he had to have elbow surgery. He didn't even start this year, I don't think, because I think.
No, he did. He started a couple times this year.
I thought because Rodon was the opening day starter. That's why I thought he had. Okay, I could be wrong. I haven't been following like I should, but yeah, like I'm saying, like I grew up a Red Sox fan, but I don't know, man. After I took this couple years off, I just became a baseball fan.
Yeah,
like the Yankees, and I really kind of wish they could have kept Soto, but Soto didn't want to stay. He wanted like $50 million more, and now he's unhappy and he's miserable looking every time he comes to the plate. Whatever. I still like Soto. I don't care. But
Soto better not look miserable. He's making $765 million.
Well, yeah, but he's batting like 220, so he's messing up on defense. But like, I still like him. I don't really care where he goes. I mean, I see what people are mad about, but there's people like, because that's why I say like, when I'm just a fan of baseball, you got like Bobby Witt Jr. the Royals, Pete Alonso the Mets. I need to make sure I send you this TikTok later because it's funny. Making fun of how Pete Alonso legged out a triple. He looked like a lizard. It was so funny. Bobby Witt Jr. the Royals, like I said, what's his name? Ketel Marte from the Diamondbacks. I always liked Ketel Marte. He was weirdly good. Got Paul Skeens of the Pirates, dude. Struck out 9 against the Dodgers. Struck out Ohtani, I think, 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
That sweeper, it's filthy. I'm like, my God. But
it is. It's the fact that you did it on Shohei Ohtani, too.
He broke his ankles almost, I think, dude. It drove in on his that leg. And he kind of swung real tight, like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Dude, baseball's beautiful. I don't care what team it is. I mean, Ohtani's a hell of a player, and he's a hell of a dude. I think he's still working on his English a little bit. I think he's able to talk a little bit, like, English-wise. He's got to have a translator most of the time, I think. But he doesn't talk crap. He doesn't do anything except play. And then he does his thing. He lets his talent do the talking. And it's just, when you get one of the same dude I had never heard of him, all of a sudden he was hitting like 60 home runs. Like, what the hell? It's like, what in the world? And then he was pitching. I mean, once in a lifetime thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And Judge, I mean, 6'7", like 280. I'm like, he's a big dude. And then Giancarlo Stanton, the shirt I'm wearing of. And it's like, he's out right now, but I was like, everybody's like, man, we just need G for the playoffs. Who cares? He plays the regular season. Just bring out 10 home runs in like 12 games. And I always say, like, I always say this to Zoe to freak her out. Like, I think he's swinging with his dick or something. It's like he's barely swinging. Like, he's got his dick out, fellas. Jesus, dude. Like, if you ever see how Stanton swings, dude, he's like, looks like he's check swinging.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll hit it 500 feet. Like, damn! That's why he's hurt most of the time, because he swings so hard or so easily, and he hurts his hips.
When you see the slow-mos of him hitting, like, all those veins that come out, bro, like, he's putting everything into it.
It doesn't look like when you see it in real speed, but it's like when you see it in slow motion, damn! Dude,
it's just so cool how sports have come along, and and just to wrap it up here, all sports should never be having wars over who or who shouldn't be able to play sports.
Exactly.
I don't think there's such thing as white and blacks. I think we are all one.
Yeah.
I think because we all bleed red, there should be no difference between all of us. I can't stand the racism and the discrimination against people just because of who they are, or they assume they're going to break the law because of who they are. I can't stand it. I always hear that that women can't work in men's sports. Dude, there's women that work for NASCAR teams and do pit crew stuff.
Oh yeah.
So women can do anything just as much as men can. So I really want to preach that, no matter who you are, man or woman, you can do anything that you want. As long as you set your as long as you set your goals and dreams to it. That's why I said before, dreams without goals are just dreams. I'm going to say it a lot, and it's because it's important, not because everyone needs to know about it. It's important, whether you've heard about it or not.
Yeah.
And that takes me to, the people that sponsor our race car. Just a big thanks to them. Food Country USA and Spiked Coolers and Big Machine Vodka Racing. They, and Lay's and Bounty and Tide Pods. They all are the reasons why we are able to hit the track and be able to race for wins and be able to continually race for wins. So just to have all these partners on our race truck to not just show off, but just to also recognize that these sponsors are the reason that we're out here as well, to give them a good show, but to also give us a good result and give them a good result as well. So
that's awesome.
It's a real pleasure to be a part of NASCAR and be a part of Henderson Motorsports and just be a part of family tradition.
Dude, and man, I've said this before. I'm proud of you, man. It's what you're doing. It's since say this again because you said at the beginning of the episode. But how old were you when you fell in love with the NASCAR stuff?
I was 2.
That's insane, man. 23 years, dude. I've never. Besides like pizza rolls, I've never loved anything that long. So, but it's incredible, dude. I'm proud of you, man. For real. I know like for couple years we didn't like stay connected as long because I ended up getting a family and you had things going out of state. But yeah, for real, dude. I'm starting to share your stuff for your race team and all that, and it's just, you deserve it, man. You worked your ass off for it, and it's like all the haters, man, makes it much sweeter.
Oh yeah, thank you all.
All right, I got it. All right, I didn't want to make sure I got that in there to make sure that got it at the beginning of the episode too. How old you were when you started? Because that's just insane. But moving on a little bit, we'll wrap this up. But I want to ask: I can't remember if I asked you last night or not. Ranch or blue cheese dressing?
Got to go with the ranch, man. When it comes to the buffalo wings, man.
What about salad? Same or blue cheese?
Italian dressing.
I'm going to tell you what. You're like you like Caesar dressing?
Yes.
You know what's in it, don't you?
No.
These nuts. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey. Be pulling that crap, bro.
No, an authentic Caesar. Zoe and I looked at the bottle. Anchovies. Oh. Dude, I tried it right after I read that.
We gotta send you to a race this year with me, man.
Dude, hey, do it. We need to make a trip. We need to get the hell out of West Virginia for a little bit anyway.
Okay, we'll set something up for this year, man. We got a lot of races on the East Coast that we can go to this year.
How can I get a hat or something? I need to get a hat at least to show it off for you.
I'll take care of that. You got to let the man do his work. All right.
I'll be waiting.
We're trying to get new hats and shirts right now. We're getting new designs and stuff made, so we got to wait for them, but they're on the way.
All right. I'm holding you to it, dude.
But if you guys do want to be able to stay in touch with me and Henderson Motorsports, please follow Henderson Motorsports on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you want to follow me on everything so I can keep you updated on not just Henderson Motorsports, but just me in general, follow me on Instagram at Gabe Snow Champ 5. And if you want to add me on Snapchat, it is Gabe KL Snow 5. And I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. And we are going to try and chase some more trophies this year.
Yes, Peace. Sir. Yeah, man. Thank you, buddy. Love you.
Hey, love you, brother.
Have a good night, man. I'll see you later.
All right, man. You too. Bye.